Blessings and welcome forward to Reasons Right here at the Trail Life. I'm your host, the Great Owl, in the presence of Brother Ramon Singh and the Mystic Bob. Blessings.
Perfect love.
Perfect love. Come on, up with it, up with it.
Sure.
Perfect love.
Blessing.
Wonderful 2021. Just reminding you of the wonderful offers on Wizio.com/Trail Television Network. Check out our personal mini healing sessions, light sessions with yours truly, the Great Owl, so we can have that one-on-one contact. Also remember to check out the Trail Life merchandise store, Seala Media merchandise store, and get in touch with some of the nice little things that we have to commemorate the experience, so we can keep the experience of the Trail Life movement at Seala Media going, so we can pay for our equipment and keep bringing these wonderful videos to you. So today's offering is on never giving up. Having that determination beyond the regular state of being, just something that really pushes you forward in whatever your endeavors are, overcoming whether personal, family, professional ills or obstacles. Never give up. So, Mystic Bob, when you hear never give up, what comes to mind?
Because a lot of things come to mind. Everybody have to go through challenges in life, Type challenges, Know your own weakness and strength, know your own what is the problem around the outside and what is the problem around the surrounding, Know your own how to rise above the struggle and rise above the suffering and rise above the hunger, rise above the problem. Because not all problem can be done what you want it to fit for. Sometimes you have to give it to the Most High, and let it become relaxation. Give it to the Most High instead of give up. You know what I mean? If you're about to give up something to Trail Life or to the Most High, or say how you want to say that work for you, to be able to manifest that strength, that inner strength, that you're already knowing that the strength. But you have some people never give up because they know how to relax and feel that energy. But when things go down, they put themselves up, happy and joy while things go down. They're able to relax and see the solution come out, to do it in a motivate and maturity way, so that every challenge is going to become the next cycle, and you have to go beyond the obstacles of challenges, because challenges is going to be challenging at all times. So you just have to keep yourself motivation. You have some people read them Bible to keep their mental problem clear and what them go through them family and whatever. But while they read their script, there's a lot of things going on in the mind. Feed the internal, deal with the things itself, what the Most High send angels around people to deal with that problem while the person read the Bible. When them done to read the Bible, that's a phone call to the problem, no problem. So everything work out in a different spiritual way, you know what I mean? So you have some people that use their own thinking, never stop thinking until the solution get it out, That is why you call it try. Try it, try,
Absolutely.
So try, or they give it to the Most High, that relax.
I mean, in Jamaica, they always say nothing beat a trial but a failure.
Perfect.
How do you look upon the image of never giving up?
Yes, I never give up.
Yes.
I would have said never surrender, Determination, discipline. Just for no say, even recently, we planted out some tomato on the farm. And about 56 tomato. And because of Milegully, we don't have running water. So a tank will catch full water.
Yes, yes.
So we have to go down there every day for water the 56 tomato.
Wow.
And the 2 dozen strawberry.
Wow.
And the seed bed with the melons and cucumber and parsley. Me I grow cabbage,
Wow.
pak chai. So I have to go down there every day to make sure
they are nourished.
Yeah,
and
them survive.
For,
And that is meditation too.
Yeah.
That is part of the meditation.
So me just say, boy, you just can't just give up, because if you give up, everything
your investment, your
dead.
time.
Yeah.
Because lack of water.
Yeah. So the determination is for a real factor in life.
Yes,
not just like a psychological state to overcome maybe a fearful or emotional state, which is also important, but like in terms of never giving up on the idea that you've had for many years to literally build a home for yourself, and people have to then secure, I guess, the land first, being able to be in a situation economically where they can even be able to afford to acquire the land and then acquire the raw materials plus the labor cost to build the house. But sticking to your dreams might take 15, 20 years to achieve that, or even 30 years in tandem to achieve that as an end. So I mean, the kind of state of mind you have to have is not one that is easily satisfied by an immediate end result. You have to be able to work with the intention in mind that the best result possibly will be for the future. It won't be in the present or in the now, you know? So essentially, when I think about determination, I think about, you know, the kind of drive like our people have had, you know, as Aboriginal people for basically the last 500 or 600 years towards returning to a state that we feel at the highest level of respect, honor and dignity amongst our own families and our own community. This is something that I consider that is heavily on our agenda for us as Aboriginal people, not to give up our God-given gifts of life, of identity and of purpose. You know, it's something I think that we sometimes take for granted, but you know, we cannot take that for granted. That is something that our ancestors have been fighting through some of the most heinous, negative, disruptive situations that have faced humankind, and they have kept together in such a manner, procreated continuously, that we are here. And so we have to honor these sacrifices to the ultimate end of goodness, in that we cannot let our ancestors, you know, lives go on without merit, considering that they did that so that that ultimate dignity of a nation state in the individual could manifest in us, right? And what is not yet manifest in us, we are holding strong that we don't give up for our generations to come, so that they can manifest greater state of clarity, greater state of being.
Because even Seala media, look from when we are dealing with it,
Yes.
over 3 years now, you know.
4 years now.
4 years,
Yeah,
Jano.
Steady.
Zid,
Because
see there, we
because
never give up.
because we had that we had that rhythm. We work on the rhythm.
Absolutely, brother.
And to think we live and experience the duality and the non-duality, we have to give it, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't know how to tap in and solve their own problem, you know, and keep going for other problems where other people have to deal with their own problem, you know. So we know what is the ultimate problem, isn't it? It's been studied all the head of problem in the whole psychological world and the philosophical world and the spiritual energy. And you know what is the problem I want to then when you go to realize. Because when you help people, you know, after a while people start to think within themselves and start power themselves and power to elevate themselves and become more enlightenment and reveal and teach each one to reveal more information, you know what I mean? So give up, it just, once you liberate your own consciousness, you won't have to worry about give up.
Absolutely.
You see me?
Absolutely.
So give up is just it's a small baby thing. You know, you have billion people do million mystical things. Even the madman now give up and still live.
True.
And that's it. People still work and got that and they stick, and madman now they stick and hold it and eat up man get one hold it, and government now give them money, madman that hold it, and you know, alright. That kind of strength, there are different level degree strength, not only madman or you know, you have some people, look at people who are gay, you have some people forced to change and then finally change and become straight and their family and feel split. That is also a part of sexuality work, right? And love thing. Even killers, no people become killers and want to change and stop kill. It's not easy to change from that because of the ignorant and the bad energy what them have got through, you know.
But persistency, you know, in terms of if you have a belief, a thinking that you feel that you would like to see yourself in that state of mind or in that state of being, the drives towards getting yourself there ultimately, towards health, towards well-being, you know what I mean? It is a everyday reminding yourself. Sometimes you're gonna fall back. Sometimes you're gonna slip and gonna drop on your face. Sometimes you are going to really irritate the better part of yourself. But if you let these experiences not motivate you, then they're going to do the opposite and push you back into that dark place. So when you fall on your face, don't look at it like, oh my God, it's a sign that you should stop. It's a sign that transformation really takes great
Right.
effort and application.
Of course.
And it won't just come just because you're intending it or you're doing a few
It does
moves to do
not
it.
grow overnight. Just like plant does not grow, just like plant does not grow overnight. It's a process. But spiritually, you will slowly example and you go to your thought process and change the thought and change the well-being of life. You know what I mean? So light grow in the darkness grow in the light, but it's taking process in both growness. You know what I mean? So that is why it's perfect to just go through the internal process to change the bad thought to the positive thought. What is being programmed to deprogram and reprogram and learn how to feel back that oneness inside of themselves. And that's the only way they can grow and learn to remember that self, you know. So that is the level of consciousness that people have to go through that transformation, you know. And transformation is not something that you can stay overnight. It goes through cycles, and you see your progressive, you see your feeling, your biochemistry, your action change, you know, and you see the result from other people, you see yourself changing, how you see yourself changing around others, you know. So
that's why one of the things is that you got to be able to have yourself that constant state then to be able to focus beyond your shortcomings. So maybe you have short-term goals towards a long-term result, right? So break down the long-term goal in short-term increments, right? And so then it makes it easier for you to make the first tier of being able to first get yourself out of like the immediacy of a situation, get yourself into another situation where you'll be a little bit more flexible and be able to perform at a higher level, and then go to the ultimate situation where things are independently connected and free to come at a higher level of vibration because you have already set these structures in place. But to make one jump from just that state to a heightened state where your mind manifests in just the constancy, it's like a process. So people have to remember that today's result isn't the result you want for your ultimate end, but today's result adds to that ultimate end. Today's result it's like a quantification of those steps you've been taking. And if you keep taking those steps, then tomorrow's result coming, and the day after those results coming. 20 years later, you're in that home, you're on that property, you got that farm, you have that family, and you have that family structure around you because you never gave up. And with each setback, you persevered. The road to success is paved with failure. So each individual failing motivates your soul to keep on the endless determining, you know, endless determination
that
to
is
determine your
why
outcomes.
you have to go through failure to success.
Yes.
And that's the only way you can see in life, you know what I mean? So, and people who success don't know what is failure, they go through failure. And people who go through failure don't know what is success, they go through success. So it's a dynamic, you know, and there's no success or failure. It's about the frequency, about higher vibration. Once you're in a higher vibration, you know you can do everything.
But to get to that is to go in a series and a sequence of events. It's like definitely you want to make it to your higher self. But how do you make it to your higher self? Because you're going to have setbacks of, say you don't want to do certain negative things and you used to be doing those negative things, and you find yourself that even though you thought you wouldn't do them, you find yourself fall back into a negative pattern, a negative cycle. It's not going to be easy for you to say, well, ultimately I think I'll keep going. Sometimes those negative experiences do throw you off. So in essence that you have to pace yourself. You have to consider that mistakes will happen, you will fall back in line a couple of times, out of line a couple of times, but you just have to be determined and get yourself back in line. Get yourself back in frequency and on the flow, because that's what determinism is about.
Yes,
never giving up means, even though you don't always have the answer, you know where you need to be, and you know you ain't there, and you're gonna keep on.
And then even though you know the answer, and you keep getting answer, if you don't get answer all the time, you know how to manage to get back the answer.
So I mean, as we continue on the path, right, of awakened prosperity and joy, right, I just want to remind people that ultimately your outcomes, right, are not just because, you know, 1 day of genius, 2 day of genius, 3 day of genius. It's because a constant process of applying yourself to the end results, that beautiful aura that you desire, the family, the job, the community, the state of mind. Constantly apply yourself to it day in, day out, day in, day out. You understand me? The little victories and the little failings is a part of the grand scheme of your beautiful end result.
And with constantly seeking the face of God.
Absolutely.
constantly seeking Christ, constantly acting in righteousness and in love.
Yes.
You see me? And is a never give up, no matter the situation come. Forget we out of love.
Yes.
And make we start hate and whatever.
Yes.
We have to box that way and say, no, love we are deal with.
Absolutely.
No, we never give up on Christ and love and righteousness.
On our path.
But sometimes-
You see me? Christ said we have to love with enemy, you know.
Absolutely.
You see me? So we must have no negative thoughts towards nobody.
Yes.
You see me? Can I say if you have that, it's like you commit murder. You see me?
Mm.
If you look upon a woman with lust, you see me? It's like you commit adultery in a film site. You see me? So we have to be pure and undefiled. You see me? And never give up in that trad. You see me? We love the trad.
Yes.
You see me?
That
We are
is-
trad in righteousness.
Yes, that's the determination there.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, as you say, brother, that is so awesome because we make our traditions from the decisions we make. And if we are constant in our outlook, constant in our faith and in our favor, going for the highest morality, for the highest state of clarity, and being focused that our faith will make us whole, we are not going to give up on that path. And we're just reminding you never to give up on the journey of your seeking to find the ultimate truth of self and being within your family, your community, your dreams, the experience of being a follower of Christ in these times with a changing world. Keep focused on the outcomes. Don't be sucked in by the misinformation, the disinformation. Keep focused on the ultimate good of yourself in these times. This has been the Great Out. Reasons Right at the Trail Life. Just reminding, never give up. Blessings.
Perfect love.
Until next time, one perfect love, Brother Ramon Singh and the Mystic Bob. We got Victoria, Nick, and Nakanaya in the background. So we say until next time, all the best for 2021.